start with the 7-limb prayer on page 27 of the Gold Prayer Book. Kosum pegone chatselo ngesham yitu cheti malubu tomene saditun tam cheshak kepagewanam la sheirang korwa matom bardule june drola cheki kolo korwadang da zhengenam janchu chenpongo. Turn to page 97. In the bottom you see the short mandal offering, so let's chant that. Saji perki Jushing metok tamri rablinji nitegen padi sangye jingdu mikte uwa yidro kunam dak shingla cheparshok jetsun lama dampa kyenam kichur kukala kense jujin trig jita tsampe dujetzima la jab getcherki charpa waptu sir idam guru ratamandalakam niryatayami. Chudan soki chonam la janchu bardu dani kapsuchi daki chen yangi pesenam gido la penchu sangye drupa shok. Chudan soki chonam la janchu bardu dani kapsuchi daki chen yangi pesenam gido la penchu sangye drupa shok. Chudan soki chonam la janchu bardu dani kapsuchi daki chen yangi pesernam gido la penchu sangye tu parsho.
Welcome back to the class. I need to build better cushions. Time to build better. Oh yeah. Oh. Very good question. So, can you hear? Oh, very good. So, one question here. Can you help explain more about offering emptiness sealed with marriage? So, very good question. Me make it jet up. So, me make it. Oh. Kursum mimi jet up. So, say korsum literally means three circle. Korsum mimi jet up. Korsum. So then three circle or chawaleji kulo, pawasamteji kulo. Chawaleji kulo, pawasamteji kulo. Loba tusamji kulo. Okay, chawaleji kulos. So activities, no. As a circle of activities, like there's a one circle, chawaleji kulo. Loba tusamji kulo. So then circle of reading, studying, thinking. This considers another second circle. Loba tusamji kulo. Lo reading, hearing or listening, or thinking, contemplating what you read, what you heard, what you read. Second circle. Pawasamteji kulo. So circle of practice. Circle of practice. So for the sake of knowledge, okay. Whenever you see word three circle sealed by emptiness, so the three circle refers to that. If you wonder what are those three circles when you see in the book, three circles. So the three circle refers to circle of activities, circle of reading, writing, contemplating, then a circle of practice. These are the three circles. Three circles, some texts you may see three circles sealed with emptiness. So that's what three circles means for the sake of knowledge. So now here, mimegi jet up. So sometimes you see mimegi jet up as like yeah, or maybe decorated with emptiness or something like that. Mimegi jet up. So so you yourself who is creating merit, doing practice, reading, writing, listening, contemplating, activities such as going around the stupa, doing prostration, setting up altars, all of that, so circle activities. Okay, you yourself. So the one. So then the very merit that you are creating, second one. whom you are dedicated for fully enlightenment in order to benefit sentient beings, fully enlightenment in order to reach enlightenment. So all of that, when you try to analyze, nothing to be pinpoint. So that means like dedicating with what it means, sealing the merit with emptiness, means dedicating the merit with understanding of emptiness. That's what it means, okay? Dedicating the merit with understanding of emptiness. So when you dedicate, then you dedicate based on knowledge of emptiness. Okay, so that's what it means. Very good questions. Help me to more about offering emptiness sealed with merit. Probably like should be like dedicate merit with seal of emptiness. Something like dedicate merit with seal with emptiness. So of emptiness. So then. So then when it's come down on if the based on this how it's worded here, offering emptiness. So there's something different. So if I understood this question correctly, so maybe you're asking me to explain how to seal the merit with the idea of emptiness. If that's your question, so then when you dedicate the merit, based on the knowledge of emptiness. Okay, that's how you dedicate merit. So then offering emptiness, there's like offering chichu, external offering, nangje, secret offering, the offering of emptiness. There's something different. That in that case, there you're offering so experience of emptiness or realization of emptiness. Then you have transformed that into offerings. Okay, so that's what it means. Emptiness offerings, inner offering, secret offering, external offering, mental offering, all of that. Okay. Just the second question: how do I do space like meditations on emptiness? Please, you tell me. How do I do space like meditations? What is the best book study emptiness? Oh, there are many books. The books written by Indian master Chandakriti, Entering into the Middle Way. I think probably has 10 chapters. I think it's 10 chapters. So there's the kind of commentaries on the text that are written by Nagarjuna. Nagarjuna as Sawasharab. So root Sawasharab. Root of wisdom. Does it ring any bells? Text composed by Nagarjuna. Fundamental wisdom of the middle way. Fundamental in Tibetan it says Tsawasharab. Tsawa little means root. Fundamental root has a fundamental. Yeah, the root wisdom of the middle way. So that's literally translation. Also, same thing. Fundamental wisdom translation. So that's the text composed by Nagarjuna. So then Chandakriti wrote a commentary. So then Shantideva's chapter number 9, Guide to Buddhist the Way of Life, also talks a great deal about emptiness. And also the last part of the Lamrim, where Lama Tsongkhapa describe like special insight. So there's also a lot of information there. So this book was good to read. So then these are the kind of like big books, probably a lot of pages. So if you are looking for like small material to read, So then Lama Tsongkhapa composed this book called Praise to Interdependence. He wrote that books after when he experienced emptiness. When he experienced emptiness. So he wrote that book. So there's something, there's a couple of books to read, okay? What's the best book? So now the first part of the question, how do space like meditation, how I do space like meditation on emptiness. So, it is very hard to experience, it's hard to experience space like emptiness. It's not that easy because, that we are so much caught up with these conventional realities, not able to go beyond conventional realities, that the way we interact with the conventional reality through five senses, and we do that without analyzing that. So it's hard. What is it? So right now, everything's very solid. Everything's very solid. So like there's so much to learn because when you see this prayer wheel, it's been there. You think, it's been there like last probably 5 years, 4 years. It's not the same thing. It's changing every single moment. It's changing. There's a subtle empowerment that you don't see. We don't see. It's hard to see. When the glass broke, when people die, so when the house fall apart. These are all gross impermanent, easy to understand, easy to see. But momentary change is not easy to see. It's not the same. Every day is constantly changing. Similarly, so has seeing with the belief, not just seeing is no problem. Seeing things doesn't cause problem, but seeing things with belief and holding on and clinging on, then that creates problems. So for example, like people who experience emptiness, do they see prayer wheel? Of course they see prayer wheels. People who don't experience emptiness, do they see prayer wheels? Yes, of course they see. Then what is the difference? What's the difference between those two persons' perceptions based on the prayer wheel? The person like the person who does not have any experience of emptiness, their perception of what prayer wheel is very solid, and also they don't see prayer wheel as illusions. That person don't see prayer wheel is like illusions. The person who experience emptiness or realize emptiness, so whenever they see things like things are like illusions, nothing to be serious about. So things are like illusions. Why they see that? Because they know, when you look at the prayer wheel, they know when you try to analyze, there's nothing to be found. For example, like magicians, when they create piece of wood, they create into horse, beautiful horse. they create out of a piece of stone, they create beautiful horse. Audience, what you see horse. Magician, what they see, they also see horse. You both see horse. What's the difference? Magician know there's piece of stone. It's not real horse. Magicians see but don't believe what he or she sees. But the audience not just see, they believe. So then based on that, then all kind of emotion rise. In the first place, if you don't believe, there's no emotion will rise because you don't believe. Oh, this horse looks so attractive, so beautiful like that. There's nothing to comment. It's just piece of stone. But it appears as a horse, but it's not horse. There's a difference between. So that's why for musicians, it's illusions. The horse, that's illusions. For you, that's real. Oh, so there's a difference. Oh. So now, the person with the realization of emptiness or experience of emptiness, why they see things like illusions? Mentally, they decided. They already decided, or they already understood mentally, they already decided or think these things are, when you're trying to analyze, there's nothing to be found. They already know. But the normal people, we don't know. So, so then when you analyze the conclusions, what is the conclusions? When you analyze, what is priority? What is the conclusions? What kind of conclusion you reach? When you try to analyze the conclusion of what is the conclusion of prayer will now? What? See. You don't find prayer will, right?
There's an illusion of prayer will.
So now when you analyze the conclusion of the prayer will, if you say there's no prayer will, there's nihilism. That's not good, there's nihilism. There is prayer will, but you cannot pinpoint. Everything is like that, everything, so you can't pinpoint. So then you reach the conclusion like absence of this solid things that we have image, that's called prayer will. When you analyze, the conclusion is like, what do you call absence? Absence. Merely level, based on this physical structure. Prayer will is merely level on these structures. So then merely level, when you're trying to find, going through shape and color and part, you cannot find. So that's everything, but that's not how we look at things. That's not how we look at things. Of course, to yourself too. That's not how you look at. If you go through, there's nothing to be found. That is the perfect finding. Perfect finding. Not finding is the perfect finding. What it looks like? It looks like space. So that's why I said before, don't think a thing. Don't think a thing that you are thinking about. Some musicians. Don't think a thing you are thinking about. Don't think that you are not thinking about thing you are thinking about. Next one. Samja mijashi, sami baya mizamos. What happens? You hear this word, don't think a thing you are thinking about. Don't think that you are not thinking about thing that you are thinking about. Sometimes sometimes so then put it together. Put it together. Then probably you went beyond conventional reality. You went beyond conventional reality. Sometimes sometimes tene tomani ni don tene tomani ni don jurus tene tomani ni don jurus You experience something, what it looks like space. That's all it looks like. It doesn't look like shape, it doesn't look like color, it just looks like space. But with just no shape, no color. What happens when you come out of that? You will see things again like illusions. Illusions. You don't look at things very seriously. You look at them with different perceptions. You look at them with different perceptions. Whether they're suffering, pain, whatever that might be, then you look at them, you see them as like illusions. China chuna juma melon da tanya chuna dasu chi na yang. China chuna juma melon da china chuna juma melon. Internal phenomena, external phenomena, they are like illusions. They are like illusions, like reflection of the moon in clear lake. It looks like moon, but it's not moon. Reflection of your face in the mirror, it looks like your face, but that's not your face. But based on the reflections, then you clean, you do, like pick up things, like paint or whatever you do. So, but it serves purpose. It doesn't mean that reflection is your face. It's not your face. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows. Besides probably some animal, they are still hallucinated by their reflections. They treated them like real. So you see some cat fighting with the reflections. Same. Everything is a reflection of your mind. Everything is like a reflection of your mind, and you see them as like solid, absolute, concrete. That's a mistake. Then probably we have our own way of fighting, not like cat. Cat like hiss, and jump and like make all kind of noise, and like the tails goes up, all the hair comes out, goes up. But so like it's a reflection. How is it? Nawa simji rashins. Nawa, all the appearances is like the reflection. All the appearances is like reflection of your perceptions. Make sense? Reflection of your perceptions. Nothing. Sim. Nawa simji rashins. The mind. There's no shape, there's no color. There's no shape, there's no color. It's like mirror. It's like reflects everything there, reflects like that. So then when the cat reflects on the mirror, so then you think, oh, that's really cat. So then hallucinated by the reflections and treating the reflections it's like serious cat, but it's not a cat, so like that. So it's like mirror. The mind, the nature of mind is like mirror, crystal clear. So that everything reflects on that. So then not knowing that's reflections, not knowing it's like illusions, and taking them very seriously, and not analyzing. So then then hard to reach hard to reach to the it's hard to reach to the space like realization or space like experience. It's hard to reach. So that requires a lot of a lot of contemplations, a lot of thinking. So compassion that you put into practice, patience you put into practice, emptiness does require a lot of contemplation, a lot of thinking, so it's our show, and that's what we believe, what we see in our show, and we believe in that. Doesn't mean other people believe. Other people may not agree what you're believing in your show, created by your perceptions. We are our own creations of our world. We create our world from like 5 senses, collecting so much data, so then paste into our brain, so then recycle them. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to go beyond conventional reality, because there's so much been cycled again and again. That's why caught up there, not able to go beyond ultimate reality, not able to go beyond ultimate reality. So if you decide, say, next few moments, if you decide, I'm not going to think anything, what happens? What happens? Do you experience something?
A lot of thoughts.
Huh?
Thinking about not thinking about.
No. If you decide, okay, next few moments, I'm seriously not going to think anything. What do you experience? First moment, probably that experience probably may not last very long, so that means need to put more effort. But the first moment experience, what kind of experience? Did you ever experience thoughtless state? Ever experience the moment there's no thought? What happens? Somebody says, "Don't think," or you start to think, or you are not going to think. One of my friends told me, he said, "Geshe, there's a lot of things in Buddhism." He said, don't. He said, "That's not good." I'm listening. I told him I'm listening. No, doesn't mean I agree, but I'm open. I'm open for your comment. No, you may have a great point. So he says, "Geshe, need to start with this, do this, do that. Don't say don't do. I said, okay. So I didn't make those things up. It's been written in the book. So so he said, like, if you tell somebody don't think of a pink elephant, then people will start to think of a pink elephant. Is that true? How about then if somebody said don't think a thing that you are thinking about? Should we take that seriously, or is it impossible? Because these people are saying something very serious thing. That's who wrote that. Samja Samba Michashins. They thought about a lot. How to guide people with that, like experience like space. How is it? To enjoy that space like what do you call state, or yeah, how to reach the space like awareness. But there is awareness, but you are only aware of something. You are aware of something. What does it look like? It looks like space. That's all. It doesn't look like anything else. So this question is very important. I don't know how to how to how do I do space like meditation on emptiness? How do I do? There's something they need to experience. So, of course, when you do thorough analysis on this material object, what we call prayer will, then you don't find, right? You don't find prayer will. I don't know, I forgot, never thought it. Now you don't see prayer will, you don't find prayer will when you analyze like that. That does not mean you found absence of prayer will. Make sense? Say a long time ago, you don't believe certain things. You don't believe at all certain things. So that means you don't find or you don't found, right? You don't found. You don't find. That does not mean you find. You find as the so it's this kind of tricky word. You don't find does not mean you find absence of that object. Make sense? Yes. For example, say, okay, I don't believe in Naga. Naga, there's like the kind of like animals that, that belongs to animal realms. You say, oh, I don't believe in Naga. I don't believe in Naga. All of a sudden. So that doesn't mean you did not find Naga. That's why you're saying you don't believe. Does not mean that you found or Naga does not exist. There's two different things. Not finding or finding that thing does not exist. Make sense? Yes. Not finding and finding that thing does not exist. There's two different things. How you say in English? That's how you say?
Yeah, I think that you said it very well, Geshe.
Not finding does not mean you found that thing doesn't exist. Right. Oh. So you go through this, now you cannot find this solid, not talking of object, prayer will, that's very vivid, solid, that's concrete image, that's what it is. When you go through that, you don't find that, right? Does not mean you found the absence of that concrete things. Make sense? Oh. So that Lama suggests that problem is not seeing things. It's no problem. You see emptiness, you see things. Doesn't mean when you see emptiness, everything's going to disappear. That's kind of depressed. Nothing's going to disappear. Everything will be there, including yourself. What will disappear is like this idea of solid, unchanging, independent, that's going to disappear. Result, you see like illusions. You see like illusions. Not illusion, you see like the illusion. Therefore, it doesn't bother you because it's not serious things. It's just like illusions. If it's just illusions, I can change from my mind. My perception can change, my mind can change. What happens if somebody drives a car on the highway, all of a sudden somebody cuts up, somebody yells and screams, and show all kind of like wrathful face, If you see they're like illusions, it doesn't bother you. If you see it just like joke, then it doesn't bother you, because it doesn't. You don't see this like joke. You see this like serious, very serious, concrete, absolute, has the angry face. Yeah. Then of course, based on that, then you experience. Based on that you created something absolute, inherent, like so. Then based on that, experience will rise. You cannot stop. If you see like that's like joke, so like that things happen in the theater. Theater, they do all kind of things. They cry, they do all kind of things. They kind of scream, they yell. Do you get angry? You know it is a show. That's it's show. That's different, right? When you realize there's show, because just it's entertaining you. It's just entertaining you, right? In theater, I'm not sure. In Switzerland, there's a lot of theater you can go. So I went a bunch of them because my friend dragged me. My friend dragged me there. I don't understand even one word in the Swiss German they're talking about that. So I can just guess on their like expressions. Doing all kind of things, like theater about the family problem, theater about all kind of things, So if there's somebody screaming, somebody get angry, you don't get angry because just it's just show. But when that happened on the highway, the shopping mall, store, that's no show. Actually, it is show, but we don't see there's a show. If you see there's a show, it's time to experiment. It's time to experiment. Experiment. Nawa simjirashis. All the appearances are the reflection of your mind. That very mind is empty. It's like space. There's no shape. There's no color. It's like glass. Something reflect. And we don't see as a reflections, we see as a serious things. Then based on that, then like clinking, holding on that, so then aversions, all kind of things appears. Time to do experiment, not just to read or think. We do time to do experiment, so then see that experience of the emptiness is supposed to cut the root of all the problems that created by our perceptions. So, everything has to begin with the self. Okay, self, not just begin with the prayer will. Everything needs to begin with self. Self, I am not really happy. Just pause. Just reflect what you mean by I. Are you talking about your body? Are you talking about your name? Are you talking about your awareness? Which one you are talking about? Which one is not really happy? When you analyze, go through that, then when you concentrate on that, then everything will slow down. Eventually, probably will stop. Not right away. First, everything will be kind of like how you say, when you say a word in slow motion, hello, Lord, how you doing? So if you say it, first it's very clear. Eventually you can't really say what that was. The word is so, when you stretch the word, you just hear sound. You don't hear very clear word. That's why everything will probably have to slow down, then eventually stop. So the time to experiment, time to do experiment, analyze. Okay, time to do experiment, analyze. According to Lama Tsongkhapa's Praise to Interdependent, that text has probably 12 pages or something like that. jigden kuba chinipas, jigden kuba. All the drawback of this life, all the drawback of this life, whether there's physical, mental, all the drawback of this life, drawback of this life. Jigden kuba chinipa, tis our marites, tis our marit. Root of that is not knowing, not understanding, not having clear understanding how things exist. Not just that, then heavily rely on, 100% rely on your perceptions. So then all the problems occur, all the problems. Jindin kuba chinyeba tiye tsawa maride, kanshi towe tedoba tenji dewa jonsu, kanshi towe tedoba tenji dewa jonsu. Therefore, Buddha taught shunyata, interdependence, you to be free, liberated from all the problems. That's what Buddha taught. Therefore, why Lama Tsongkhapa was wondering why people don't understand the shunyata is the most, the shunyata is the essence of Buddha's teachings. Why people, Lama Tsongkhapa was wondering why people don't find out the shunyata is the essence of Buddha's teachings. So that's why Lama Tsongkhapa was saying the best way to praise you, Shakyamuni Buddha, is based on your knowledge about emptiness. The best way to appreciate your present, best way to appreciate your teaching is experience of emptiness. So therefore, I should praise you based on how much you taught about emptiness. So then I'm very, very grateful. That's why that's how I'm going to pay homage to you based on your knowledge of emptiness. That's Lama Tsongkhapa said. Then everything is dependent on causes and conditions. Therefore, there's not such a thing called independent. There's no independent. Everything is dependent. Everything is dependent. Cause and conditions. Because it's dependent on causes and conditions, therefore it's not inherent, absolute, independent. It is very much dependent. So even though we say like it's relatively, so relatives that, somebody has become very dependent on me, now I'm very happy that he or she has become independent. Independent? How? Yeah, Tibetan struggle is for Tibetan independence. Does not exist. Kangache la ralebe tede ranji chindu sumba dilianzu ledo tsune chishiyos. Ledo tsune chishiyos. Lama Tsongkhapa was saying this is like extraordinary teachings. It's like mind-blowing teachings. Kangache la ralebes, kangam, everything depends on causes and conditions. You, yourself, your problem, your happiness, your life, everything depends on causes and conditions. Don't ever think there's inherent, absolute, independent. That's a mistake. Kangachela ralebe tede ranjido sumba dili yamsembe. Yamsem is like mystical. Mystical? That is mystical. What Buddha said, that's mystical. Yamsem is mystical. Sumba dili yamsembe lendon sunu chishiyos. That is very mystical. Everything is depends on causes and conditions. Kangachela ralebe lendon sunu chishiyos. 강도 수에 집안은 단수 집에 때 이제 가서 강가전을 강도 수에 강도 수에 집안은 단수 집에 진짜 강도 수. So then like the seeing everything. No, it's not, that doesn't depend on causes and conditions. That's inherent, absolute independent. So those people then will be bind very tightly, into the samsara. Kandu suye chibana tanzu chibi tenjiba tini kela toba tawamulu chibi kos. So emptiness is almost like how to say net, almost like stuck in the net. So knowledge of emptiness will open the net. 최근에 남시 동반이 땡주tun도 통한 와주도 되는 최근에 남시 동반이 되는 yeah, so then there's like there are many things now there. So now so as I mentioned before, need to create a lot of merit. In order to, as probably see emptiness. It does require merit. That's what that said. Repeatedly said. So probably it's true. Lama Tsongkhapa reading like says the name, I forgot the name of the text. I even used to remember the word, so now forgot the name of the book. Anyway, so Lama Tsongkhapa was reading that books and couldn't understand, so then probably has consultation with the Manjushris and ask Manjushri what needs to be done in order to experience emptiness or in order to generate realization of emptiness. Lama Tsongkhapa said need to create huge amount of merit. That's why Lama Tsongkhapa went to Woka, that's like not very far from Lhasa, capital of Tibet. So he went to that area called Woka, so then probably did like, that's where Lama Tsongkhapa has a vision of this 35 Buddha. All of them, Lama Tsongkhapa has vision one by one. So probably did like tens of thousands, like a couple million prostrations. And reread the text. Same text been read before. It's not like reading new text. Same text been like, then read again the same word. I used to remember the word, so I forgot. So read same word, then realize emptiness. So does that happen to you? No, I'm not talking about emptiness, but when you read sometime, you don't understand. Then when you reread, then you understand something extra. Yeah. Oh, so that's the moment. So first time there's not much attention or concentration has been divided. Second time you are concentrated, used. Then probably you understand a little more. So then if you contemplate, then probably you could go deeper. Nyamsha namwatabe tonis, nyamsha meditative equipoise, like space. What do you see? Something. What it looks like? Space. That's all. That's called nyamsha namwatabe tonis. Nyamsha namwatabe toni. So then post meditation it looks like concentration, like illusion. That means you see everything's like illusion. So there is no need, as I mentioned before many times, need a lot of thinking. It's not like think one time then just leave. So then again after a couple of months then you think again. Not like every day you need to think, whether rely on some materials that you remember by heart that talks about emptiness, then you repeat them, you review them, then you think a little bit while you are reviewing them, So we as a monk, we memorize materials. So then you say that and you contemplate of the meaning. So hopefully, at least it will leave heavy imprint in your mind stream. So, and hopefully that will become the cause to realize emptiness. So that's one way to do review meditations. So then, of course, when you become very good at that, so then the second step, then maybe analytical meditations. then you analyze, not just review, then you pause, then you analyze. Then when you reach to the aha moment, that's how you say in English. Oh, cat is not happy. I think looking for somewhere else. Need to look here. Sorry, need to look like this. Oh, this. You. Review. Many times, then you'll remember by heart. It's not that I say negation to seriousness. Every day you just memorize one word. Don't think of, oh, this is like 20 pages long. I don't think I can do. You don't have to memorize all the 20 pages one day. That's quite hard things to do. But you memorize one day, one word a day. Negation to seriousness. When 100 days pass, you already memorize 100 words. That's how, that's how you memorize. So then it's pretty good. You don't need to bring any books, you have everything here, so then you don't need a book. So you can be writing on the, what do you call this, in the state fair. You can be writing there, nobody knows what you're doing, so you can still meditate. Maybe you are doing review meditation, nobody knows. The train, you are sitting like this, maybe you are doing meditation, nobody knows because you don't have the books, but here something's happening inside. Review meditations. Once you memorize, then you review meditations, then analytical meditations. Then when you reach aha moment, or when you found some kind of like, you will probably find something that you're very happy about. Oh, this is wonderful things to experience. So then you concentrate. So then you will gain hard-moving experience. Hard-moving experience. Okay? In Yurginyowa. So that's not just now. It's not now. It went deeper than knowledge. It went way deeper than knowledge. It's not just knowledge. It's experience. It's not just experience. That experience like hard-moving experience. Hard-moving experience in Yurginyowa. So then probably it's realizations of emptiness. It's realizations. Probably then you realize emptiness. What else? Anybody want to contribute? How do I do space like meditation on emptiness? Meditation on emptiness is that, like what it looks like. If somebody asks what it looks like space. How you explain? No word. It's beyond word, beyond descriptions. Because you can't describe, because it says no shape, it says no color. How you describe? There's nothing to describe. Can you describe space? Do you understand space? Do you understand space? Can you describe? No, you can't describe. There are things that you understand you cannot describe. Same as experience. The experience you can't describe is beyond word, beyond description, beyond thought. So how is it? Masam Jeme Shara Paroshins. Panchaparamita is Sanskrit word. What is Panchaparamita? It is Shunyata. Not it's Shunyata, that's all. Masam Jeme Shara Paroshins. Masam. Beyond word, beyond description, beyond word, beyond thought, beyond description. What is that? Panchaparamita, Shunyata. Mache, unborn, maga, uncease, how is it? Unceasing. Very much like space. Very much like space. Mache minga, namge ngoje. Yet, You can experience. It's not like you cannot experience. No, no, you can experience. You can experience through your awareness, through your wisdom, you can experience. And that's like Buddha's son, Buddha Shakyamuni, Buddha's son, he wrote that stanza. Said Rajenjin, Prince Rajenjin, that's the son of the Shakyamuni Buddha. He has only one son, that's him. He wrote that. So then the last line says, homage. As a homage to mother of like past, present, and future of all the Buddhas, something like that. No, so there's like yes, past Buddha, present Buddha, future Buddha, they are all born from there. That's why it's called Panchaparamita. It's like mother of all the Buddhas. Panchaparamita. Only interesting, the female symbolizes wisdom. Wisdom realizes emptiness, symbolizes. The male, symbolizes has the bell and dorji. The dorji symbolize male energy. The bell symbolizes female energy. Female is capable to produce prince, princess, also capable to produce what you call like Brahman. That's like another race, like king, queen, prince. Then there's another race called Brahman. So if the father is if the father is a king, not able to produce Brahman son, because he only produces princess. So mother's opposite. That mother can produce all kind of race. Oh, so there's no wisdom. So that's called the mother. Homage to the mother of past, present, future of all the Buddhas. That's Panchaparamita, Shunyata. Wisdom realizing emptiness symbolize female energies. Okay. Oh. So see, you can't describe, but you can experience. You can describe. There's no word, beyond thought, beyond descriptions, unceasing, unborn, like space. But you can experience. You can experience. So if you're doing whatever practice, whatever Deity Yoga practice that you associate with, so you have to make strong request from your heart. The only thing that not like what you wish, wisdom realize emptiness. That's all I want. That's why I'm creating merit. Nothing else. That's all I want. So that means you are asking one thing but taking care of everything. You could ask so many things but not taking care of anything. You could ask so many things but not taking care of anything. You ask just one thing. That's when you do 21 Tara practice. If Tara appears to you what you wish, wisdom realizes emptiness. That's all I wish. For me, for all the sentient beings. That's what I wish. If that wish has been granted through the power of your practice, so then it's good for good for that's like everlasting freedom, or you could say everlasting freedom. Oh. So that's good to also when you do practice to keep in your mind. Only thing that I wish is wisdom realize emptiness. That's all I wish. Therefore, I'm creating merit. Therefore, I'm reciting mantra. Therefore, I'm doing practice. Therefore, I'm doing prostration. Therefore, I'm setting up altar. All of that. So that will leave very heavy imprint in your mind stream. So never know. You can't say, oh, maybe I can't see. And who knows? Nobody knows. So maybe you see in this life. Hard to say. Oh. So in like Guru Puja, beginning of, not beginning of, probably most of you remember that. I said, you are the Guru, you are the Chunin Lamaji, you are the Guru, Chunin Lama, Chunidam, you are the deity, Chunidam, Chunikanto, you are the Dakinis, you are the Dharma protectors. They say that word, then visualize nectar flows, purify all of that. So then, reciting this stanza I just said, that all the times that you can just use that as instructions to guide you into the meditation of emptiness. You can guide, you can use that stanza as instructions to guide, guide you into the meditation of emptiness. Or you can use that word that I explains. Don't think I think that you are thinking about. Oh yeah. Oh, there's many words you can use. Mentally decide is not there. Mentally decided, because through knowledge, thorough analysis, now you mentally decided is not there. But you see. What kind of appeal, what kind of perception, what kind of awareness rise? If you mentally decide it's not, it doesn't exist. Before it's something very solid, concrete, inherent, absolute. Now, mentally you decided nothing's like that. But you see, right after that, what kind of awareness rise? Awareness that rise right after that is like as awareness like illusions. You see everything's now like illusions. That's the kind of awareness rise. You see everything's like theater, everything's like theater. Everybody's like acting. If somebody's like showing all kind of mean face, shouting at you, it's a drama, it's just theater. And you just be one of their audience. Doesn't cost any money. It's free show. It's become like it's become like free show. Somebody's just showing you no ticket. It's just a free show. So why you get upset? But easier said than done. Easier said than done. But can be done. Can be done with the mindfulness, with the concentration. Can be done, but easier said than done. But unfortunately, I'm the one who's now saying it. So you could say the same thing. You could say the same thing. What else? So please find some stanza or something when you read. Use these instructions to guide you into the meditation of emptiness. Find something, this word also, the stanza that comes by Buddha's son. That's also very good. Masam Jeme, Shara Paroshi, Maje, Minga, Namgen Oji, Suzurali, Hichi, Tuzunjayim, La Chancellor laws. Then meditate. No? Or make up something. Or if you cannot find it, it's impossible not to find anything. There's a lot of books been written. You can find something. Or you can just, all the discussion that we had, based on that, make up something, some kind of instructions that guides you into the meditation of emptiness. Like analyzing self. So that's why exactly we did, try to create a mental image that you use words to guide, one face, two leg, right leg, bend it, left leg, extend it, slowly creating image, mental image. That way you can concentrate, green color, hand, supreme giving hand gestures, left hand holding flowers right next to the ear. Then slowly you just create. Otherwise, if you tell somebody, just visualize green thought, it's hard. Then you guide them, like this, one face, two arm, color in green, sitting like this, right leg, bend it, left leg, extend it, and right hand is like this, left hand is like this, and looks like that. And then, then top of that, if you already seen the image, then the same thing. So need something that that kind of guides you, into the meditation, okay, into the meditation. So then emptiness, is not like that, Beyond word, beyond thought, beyond description, you can't just say, okay, leg, hand, that you cannot say that, There's not, so maybe some kind of stanza you read and use these instructions to guide you into the meditation of emptiness. Or you can just starting with self. I am going to meditate on emptiness. Who am I? Like that. So then analyze, so analyze like that. Okay. Alhamdulillah, you on.
A question, Geshe. If you meditate, on emptiness, you start with yourself, and then after some meditation or some time, some analyzing, how do I say this? Everything boils down to the mind or
Awareness.
your perceptions.
Oh,
So, I think I wrote it. 1 second. What are the causes and conditions of the mind?
What are the cause?
The causes and conditions, because the experience that I have of self is an aggregation of factors, things, physical things, and then these perceptions, and then thoughts and awareness. So my question is, at some point you shed all of those and you're left with this, I want to call it mind.
Awareness, yeah.
Or awareness. Yeah. So what are the causes and conditions of that awareness? Is that part of finding emptiness or realizing emptiness? Or is...
No, like... Are you saying that when you experience awareness?
Yeah, after some analyzing.
Right. Then everything's like kind of like.
Yeah, I mean you.
You are saying what is left is like awareness.
Yeah, I don't know how to call it. Awareness or, yes. So my question is, what are the causes and conditions for that to arise? I'm just wondering.
What is the cause of conditions to experience the awareness?
Yeah, I guess so. Is that a type of mind? Is that the kind of mind that would experience
it's like
emptiness?
That's the self. Self is the experiencing awareness. Self. The self, yourself, is being aware. Now being aware of, how you say, being aware of aware. Has being awareness of, how is it being, how you say? Yeah, being aware of your awareness. Being aware of your awareness. So it doesn't happen very often because so much happening. So much things happening with the shape, color, looks, smell, taste, touch. So many things happen. That's why, So then when you are, so probably let's say there's like 20 layers. You peel them one by one.
Okay.
So
there's still more.
Yeah, there's many
analysis.
different layers. Then you peel.
Okay.
You peel one by one. Then your question is what is left. That means you are being now aware.
Right.
Being aware of, being aware of your awareness. That's like center of all the, how you say, absence of all the layers. So the awareness.
Okay.
But, so that, that probably required, need to create a lot of merit. Merit is not that difficult to create. Going around the stupa, it's not that difficult to do. Need to create merit.
So there are other, obviously, then there are other factors that create that awareness or give rise to that awareness.
No,
then.
no, awareness is already there. It's not like it's not just. It's just discovering them. It's just
Right.
Buddha nature is already there. Buddha nature, pure nature is already there. It's like
Right.
cover. So now you are peeling them up layer by layer. So now you discover the true nature of your awareness. Then you are being aware of true nature of your awareness. So that's what it feels like. It feels like probably like space.
Right.
Yeah, it's already there. It's not like it's like just because of this meditation it's just born. It's not like that. It's there right from the beginning. It's
Right.
there.
Okay.
What we call sometimes called Buddha nature. Sometimes they call as a primordial primordial Buddha. Then some people say, "Oh, I was already Buddha." That's a mistake. So that's not what it means. If you're already Buddha, how come you don't know that you're Buddha? That's like
Right.
that's mystical. That's very mystical. So that means Buddha nature. That's all what it means. It means pure nature of your mind. That's what it doesn't mean that you are already enlightened. Some people unfortunately they interpret it that way. So that's big mistake. So then not just. So yourself, you create a lot of confusions between the people. So there's many different from kata. Kata means pure right from the beginning. This refers to Buddha natures. Okay, it's already there. So now you are just experiencing, how you say, peeling layer by layer. Understand? Yeah. So need to go slowly. So gently, slowly. Gently. Then it's every second is worth it. Oh, Samula, you are about to ask something. Sorry.
We're ready past the topic, so we don't have very much time.
No, ask. Doesn't matter. It's only a few minutes. What do you want to ask?
So, is the I have a couple of questions. Is the magician that conjures images of the horses and elephants and chariots, is that an Arya being that is out of meditative equipoise on emptiness?
Yes.
And then does the
This now the shamba now you shamba sees but don't believe.
right?
There's a couple of things happening. Somebody sees, believes. That's one. Somebody sees, does not believe.
And then there's a third one, someone who
Go on.
who's out of the circle and he doesn't see. So is that the Arya being in meditative equipoise?
Now exactly right. That's like out of the range. What happens? Magicians long time ago they kind of mark the territories. So with like some kind of mantras, they do. So then they just mark. Okay, maybe 1 mile square. Whoever walks in, their eyes are going to be tricked. Like they probably use some kind of water. They keep nearby, so they do something with the water. So they sprinkle the water, or then they, minute somebody walk into that space, their eyes going to be tricked. Nobody going to see a piece of stone. Everybody going to see what magician want them to see. Nobody going to see. So it's different than here. The magician here, so they use all kind of like has a trick based on the material things. But ancient time magician they create. They don't need a lot of fancy things. They just need piece of stone. So they just turn into something that you see.
So does the Arya being
It's out of range.
in meditative equipoise is out
That's
of range,
out of
so he
range.
doesn't see the images. So does that Arya being who's in meditative equipoise on emptiness, Can he see the prayer wheel?
No. What he sees something very profound.
Okay.
What it looks like, it looks
It's
like space.
Okay.
That's all he
He
sees,
doesn't see
nothing
that.
else.
Okay.
Doesn't mean that he's not able to see. When he come out of that, he see everything that you see.
Right.
And
Just-
he see them like
okay.
illusions, you know.
Okay, just like the ones who are out of the perimeter of the magician's illusion.
There's
Okay.
the Arabic, that's very good. You clearly understood that very well.
Yeah, okay.
So that's out of range. So so then that's why one Lama says, no, seeing is not the problem. Seeing is not a problem. Seeing with the belief, that cause problems. No, seeing with the belief, so kind of, if there's not enough light, you see some shadow, then it start to move, then it looks like cockroach. But you're not just seeing that, you are believing it. If you don't believe, it doesn't cause any problems. It doesn't cause anxiety, doesn't cause fear, doesn't cause, oh, you should call somebody, maybe you should call this and that, to help me to catch. All kind of mind thought arise because of you believe what you see. If you don't believe what you see, that says one emptiness text. It says seeing is not a problem, believing in, not just seeing then believing that. Same like could be see all of a sudden sees something like looks like person, then it start to moving, then it start doing all kind of things. Turns out that's your piece of clothes you are just hanging outside. You are drying them up. That happened in my hometown. The winter so cold. The mother washed clothes and hangs outside, it froze. And then night, it kind of moves. Then it creates like ghost. Then scream, run inside, and do all kind of things, just because you are just freaking out by your perceptions. Not just seeing the believing in that. Then when you go by, it's just your own clothes, your own like shirt. It's just so that makes sense. The Lama makes sense. The seeing is not the problem. The seeing with the belief that cause the problem. So then, so I'm still reading the text so slowly, to read and to process a little bit here, there, a couple of days, then read a little more. So, and that material is very, how you say, dense, very dense. So, so I do like review meditation, Lama Tsongkhapa of praise to interdependence every day whenever there's enough time. Every day I try that to probably hoping to have like imprint in my mind stream. So then so find something, something simple or maybe some stanza, some message, and that helps you to guide into the meditation into the emptiness. So then that's good. Okay, so we'll stop here.
Can I ask one thing real quick?
Yeah, sure. More questions, very good. More questions, better. Yeah.
Okay, well, in
So then next year you may not see me again. Just joking.
in our prayer book on page 76 is the Heart of Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. And I wondered if maybe next time or sometime you could talk us through that
sure.
sutra.
Sure, yeah, definitely.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, if people show interest, I'm more than happy to explain. So more than happy to explain. So that's what I studied last 30 years in the monastery. More than happy to explain. Okay, yeah.
Let's see, turn to page 100 in the Go Prayer Book.
moment,
Saji perki Shushin.
Susie, just meditate. Just hand meditate. Yeah. More powerful. Mental is more powerful. Yeah.
That Donna sees, she's very powerful.
I go.
When you do that, I'm going to hallucinate. I'm going to hallucinate.
Saji perki jushin meto tamri rablinji ni degen pari sangye jingdu mikte uwa yidro kundamda shinla parsho jetun lame kutseraptem chinam kachile chochurge para lo santempe tremesasum gidro wemunsel tatuneguchik idam guru ratamandalakam niryatayami. I'll turn to page 235. Start with the general dedication prayers. Gewadi no dudak lama sangye dugyune dowachi kyam malupa deyi sala gerparshok janshu sencha rempoche make panam kekuchi kewanyam pa me payan gone gondu pelwarsho jampe power jita kempadam kundu zampo deyan de shingte Deda kungi jesu dalochir gewadi da tanche rap tungo dusu shepe gewa tanche ki ngowa ganla chok tunga pade dashe gewe tsawadi kunkya sampo chirchu rap tungo wargi. Okay, now let's do the praises to the 21 Taras on page 191, I believe. From your sublime abode at the Potala, O Tara, born from the green letter Tam, your crown adorned with Amitabha, action mother of the Buddhas of the 3 times. Tara, please come with your tenants. The gods and demigods bow to your lotus feet, O Tara. You who rescue all who are destitute, to you, Mother Tara, I pay homage. All my prostrate to the noble transcendent liberator. Homage Tara, swift heroic, eyesight lightning instantaneous, sprung from opening stamens of the Lord of Rivers, true bone lotus. Homage she whose face combines 100 autumn moons at fulvous, blazing with bright blazes splendent, as a 1,000-star collection. Homage golden blue and lotus, water-born and hand adorned, giving effort calm austerities, patience meditation her sphere. Homage crown of Tathagatas, action triumph without limit, relied on by conquerors children, having reached every perfection. Homage filling with tutare, whom desire direction and space, trampling with their feet the 7 worlds, able to draw forth all beings. Homage worshipped by the all, Lord Shaka Ani Bamamar. honored by the host of spirits, corpses with Gandalvas yakshas, homage with their chant and pay sound, destroying foes magic diagram, her feet pressing left out right and blazing in a raging fireplace, homage to the very dreadful destroyer of Mara's champion. She was frowning lotus visage, who was slayer of all enemies, homage at the heart her fingers, adorn her with regal mood, my brain mass is all excited, all directions wheels adorn, homage sees so joyous radiant, crown emitting garlands of light, mirthful laughing with tutare, subjugating Mara's Davis, homage she able to summon all earth guardians assembly, shaking frowning with their home sign, saving from every misfortune, homage crown adorneth crescent, moon anonymous must shine, Amitabha in her hair, not sending out much light eternal, homage she with wreath ablaze like eon deadening fire abiding, of enemies destroying, homage she who strikes the ground with her palm and with her foot beats it, scowling with the letter whom the 7 levels she just conquered, homage happy virtuous peaceful, she whose field is peace nirvana, she endowed with Thomas Soha, destroyer of the great evil, homage she with joy surrounded, tearing foes bodies asunder, freezes human knowledge mantra, arrangement of the 10 letters, homage to the received letter of the shape of syllable whom I put sampling shakes his 3 rules, Meru Mandara and homage holding in her hand the hammer queen of Devalek form, with spiteful Kantara and Pei, totally dispelling poison, homage she whom gods and their kings and the Kinnaras do honor, armored in our joyful splendor, she dispels bad dreams and conflicts, homage she whose 2 eyes bright with radiance of sun and foam, with spice sorrow and tutare, she dispels severe contagion, homage full of liberating, power by the set of 3 natures, Dressosas of spirit yakshas, and raise corpus supreme today. These praises with the mantras and prostrations of star 21. I'll turn to page 190 for the prayer of the benefits. Whoever is endowed with devotion for the goddess and recites this with supreme faith, remembering it at dawn upon wakening in the evenings, will be granted all fearlessness, will perfectly pacify all negativities, and will eliminate all unfortunate migrations. The multitudes of conquerors will quickly grant initiation. Thus endowed with this greatness, one will eventually reach the state of a Buddha. If affected by one most terrible poison, whether ingested, drunk, or from a living being, just by remembering one be thoroughly cleansed. If this prayer is recited 2, 3, or 7 times, it will pacify all the sufferings of torments caused by spirits, fevers, and poisons, and by other beings as well. If you wish for a child, you will get a child. If you wish for wealth, you will receive wealth. All your wishes will be fulfilled, and all obstacles pacified. I'll turn to page 244 and 245. Gandhira we korwe shinkam dear pendande wa malu shunwene chere sig wan tenzing gyatso yi shape site badu tengyuchi jonu ien alang wa shortu awatare tembarapso lo sangye wa te ton lek gengyo lama so wa de Tupsu chanjin jangren gewe Tenzing don pewe kunzer do potse Choksum kuwele mududu Padok so duje kundu japten shop Om taritu re soha. 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 Om taritu re soha.
Oh yeah, thank you very much for showing your interest about the especially inside teachings. So this teaching will continue in July, mid-July. It will continue. So then probably we'll continue to read the materials, make sure that you understand. So then after that, I will teach maybe like the instructions on how to meditate on emptiness and use that also meditations to deal with physical illnesses. Okay, so I'll teach the separate text. So I'll teach. I'll continue in July. So then, please, I'm not sure the Wednesday what you're going to do. Or Gisna will teach or something. No, break. Oh, yeah, that's good break. 2.5 month break. So anyway, so your interests, your meditations, your practice, and that's the success of the Kadampa Center. Success. Our center is based success on spiritual gain. That's our most success is based on, not like how much money we bring in. That's not every organization doing that. That's not very unique. Our success is very much based on how many people do practice, how many people learn, how many people meditate. That's our success. So very happy, that you are showing interest into learning. So then, please, when you do practice, then you need to reward yourself. So you need to encourage. So tell that you did a good job. So like whenever. So yeah. So they really need to, how you say, cheer up yourself when you do after practice. And the best offerings, your practice, your meditations, your knowledge about Dharma, that's the best offering you can ever make. So then when you do dedications, when you make offerings, you can make offerings 3 times merit you created. The practice that you are able to do, the practice you did, practice you're going to do tomorrow, same meditations, you can offer that. That's the best offering. That's exactly what they're hoping for us, to liberate ourselves. That's their main goal. That's why they wrote all these books. None of them getting even 1 penny by those books. This is all free of copyright. Anybody can translate. It's not like modern books. Those nobody gets. Even like all these Indian master, Tibetan master, whoever wrote these books, they have no intentions to make money. So just to benefit us. So when you learn, then you put it in practice. That's the best from offerings. Makes me happy. It makes me think that coming here is like serve some kind of purpose, or some purpose. So then it's gain for everybody. Okay. So then wherever I go, I dedicate it. So last time I realized a lot of people memorize 21 pages. That's a success. So get benefit. Okay. So center get benefit, then everybody get benefit. People around you, you don't have to talk, because power of your practice, daily practice, power of your meditation, it reflects on them. It helps them, believe it or not, it helps them. Okay. So you try all your best. I myself try every opportunity I get to create merit by reciting mantra or doing review meditation, analytical meditations, concentration meditations. Then my concentration meditation is like cat. I sleep, otherwise I can't concentrate, and that's why I was concentrate. Oh yeah, so review meditation, analytical meditation, yeah, every day, pretty much do, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh yeah. Oh.